Yes, sir. We in the Christmas spirits. I don't know if y'all can see my shirt. Yes, sir. We in the Christmas spirits. Yes, sir. We finna get into this video though, man. We finna see what's going on.
Before the fame, before Toss Gang went viral, there was Big Jilla, the dude Vonoff1700
Big
said
boy
could run you down and face you, even though he's a big boy. But how did a failed rapper turn into the street's most feared off? Let's break down the rise of the biggest hitman we've ever seen, No Bap. In the world of drill music, there are rappers who talk about it, and then there are the people who actually live it. Big Jilla never made it as a rapper. His music low-key flopped, his videos got no views, and nobody took him seriously in the booth. But somehow he became more feared than goofy rappers with millions of streams. They say he was so big and so fast that he could run down someone in a moving car. They say Opps were scared to hear Big Jilla's
Hold on now. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
name and could even hear him coming from miles away. He was that dude, bro. Like folks is that tough. And according to street rumors that spread across social media like wildfire, he was the personal hitman for rising drill rapper Vonoff1700.
If you get in the field and you wanna
Ending shit up and putting belt on the Opps. This is the story of how a failed rapper became one of the most notorious figures in his city's underworld, and how his connection to Toss Gang turned him into an urban legend that people were genuinely afraid to talk about. This is the violent rise of Big Jilla.
Yeah, we back on that.
Before we dive into this savage story, you need to understand where this story begins. Big Jilla grew up in what locals describe as one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the entire city. A place where poverty wasn't just an economic condition, it was a male with limited options and even more limited opportunities to escape. And Jilla, he was impossible to miss, even as a child. People who grew up around him tell stories that sound need to be. When you're that size, that physically imposing, you're a tool for survival. By his early teens, he was already deep in the streets, already involved in the kind of activities that typically don't lead to happy endings. The environment didn't just shape him. Artists like Chief Keef and later Pops shot on cheap camera plays and building followings. Jilla's music just flopped. And this wasn't for lack of failure. Might have flipped when he realized that while his rap career was dead on arrival, his reputation in the streets was just beginning to grow. If you start digging through public records, this was consistent, repeated involvement in the kind of street justice that defines gang warfare in American cities. According to various sources, Jilla was tied to multiple shooting incidents where rival gang members were targeted. The details are often murky. That's the nature of street violence, where witnesses disappear, cases fall apart, and the code of silence is enforced with deadly...
And to young niggas that's watching my video, bro, this shit is not cool. So don't think just because I'm reacting to this and I ain't really saying nothing for it, don't think this shit cool, bro. This shit is not cool, bro. Niggas lose sleep behind this shit. Niggas be... This shit be fucking with niggas' head for it. Don't think this shit cool. It's not cool, bro.
Seriousness, but his name circulated. Hood news pages would post about shootings, and in the comments, people would speculate about who was behind it. Jilla's name came up repeatedly. Gun charges followed him like a shadow. He'd get arrested, charges would be filed, and then somehow, through lack of cooperation from witnesses, through cases falling apart, through the general dysfunction of an overburdened criminal justice system, he'd avoid long sentences. This wasn't luck. This was the result of operating in an environment where nobody talks to police, where even victims refuse to testify, where the streets handle their own justice and the legal system is just an inconvenient interruption. Police scanner audio from his neighborhood during this period tells its own story. Shots fired calls were so frequent, they created a rhythm. Officers would arrive, find shell casings, maybe find victims, rarely find cooperation. And in the background of many of these incidents, according to street sources, was the imposing figure of Big Jilla. Never quite caught, never quite convicted, but always somehow present in the narrative. Each incident added to his reputation. Each charge that didn't stick made him seem more untouchable. In the streets, this kind of track record doesn't make you a cautionary tale. It makes you a legend. Around this time, something significant was taking shape in Jilla's neighborhood. What started as a small clique of guys from the same blocks began to evolve into something more organized, more visible, more dangerous. They called themselves Toss Gang, and they weren't just claiming a corner. They were building an identity. Early social media posts show Toss Gang members at block parties, on Instagram Live, flashing their signs and representing their set with the kind of pride that goes beyond casual affiliation.
I heard about this nigga right here. This nigga right here, I can't look at him the same no more, bro. That nigga Von, bro, he played, bro. This nigga say he what that nigga Von had said. He had said something about he retarded, he dumb, he like real dumb. So basically he a crash out of the group, bro. That ain't lie, bro. That's fucked up.
Okay.
Nigga basically called you his crash dummy, nigga.
This was family, this was protection, this was an alternative economic and social structure in a place where legitimate opportunities were scarce. The crew started small but grew rapidly, attracting young guys from the neighborhood who saw membership as both survival strategy and status symbol. Big Jilla was there from the beginning, a founding figure whose physical presence alone gave the crew credibility. When Toss Gang posted up, Jilla was often in the background, not saying much, not performing for the camera, just existing as a reminder of what the group was capable of. His role seemed to be less about social media presence and more about being the enforcement, the muscle, the guy who made sure nobody tested them. And then Jilla met someone who would change everything. Vonoff1700. Vonoff was everything Jilla wasn't in the music world. He had charisma on camera, his tracks were actually getting attention, his music videos were slick and professional, and he was genuinely talented at turning street experiences into compelling drill music. But Vonoff also understood something crucial. In drill music, authenticity is currency. You can't just rap about street life, you need to be connected to people who actually live it. You need protection, you need credibility. Big Jilla provided all of that. What developed between Vonoff1700 and Big Jilla was more than friendship. It was a symbiotic relationship that benefited both of them in different ways. Watch their early Instagram lives together, and you can see the dynamic clearly. Vonoff is animated, talking to the camera, engaging with comments, playing his latest tracks. Jilla is next to him, a massive presence that doesn't say much but doesn't need to.
Y'all think he fast though? Like I had to see him run, bro. Cause I don't know, bro. A nigga like him, he a little too oversized, big, and like ain't no way he finna run some shit down like without getting tired, and cause I used to be a big nigga, but this nigga is big as fuck. Ain't no way he chasing nobody that skinny. I don't know though.
Job isn't to entertain, his job is to be there, to be seen, to send a message. In Vonoff's music videos, you'll spot Jilla in the background, not as a featured artist, not rapping along, just posted up with that intimidating stillness that made him so feared. Directors didn't need to give him acting notes, he just had to exist in the frame, and suddenly the video felt more dangerous, more authentic, more connected to the streets it claimed to represent. Street sources claim that Vonoff essentially adopted Jilla into the music movement, bringing him to studios, to video shoots, to meetings with other artists. In return, Jilla provided something more valuable than any music industry connection: protection. In a genre where artists are frequently targeted, where rival gang members might show up to shoots or shows, where old beefs can turn violent at any moment, having someone like Big Jilla on your team was insurance. There are countless throwback videos of Toss Gang outside together, at hood parties on the block, just hanging out, and in almost every frame, you can spot both of them. Vonoff holding court, entertaining, creating content. Jilla watching, observing, a silent guardian whose presence changed the energy of every space they entered together. People online started noticing the relationship and began commenting on it. Some saw it as wholesome, a friendship between two guys from the same neighborhood supporting each other's paths. Others saw it as something darker, something more transactional. And as more information leaked out, as street rumors gained traction, that darker interpretation started to seem increasingly plausible. This is where the story gets disturbing, where speculation and street legend intersect in ways that are impossible to fully verify, but equally impossible to completely dismiss. According to multiple sources, hood news pages, social media investigators, people claiming insider knowledge, Big Jilla wasn't just Vonoff's friend. He was Toss Gang's enforcer, the man you called when words weren't enough, when a situation needed to be handled with violence, when someone needed to be dealt with permanently. The rumors were specific and consistent. When Toss Gang had beef with rival sets...
But have y'all ever, like, thought of something, bro? Like, okay, he might be this tough, rough gangster, driller, whatever y'all call him, but if you really all that, like, why they got him all on the internet? Why his face all over the internet? Why everybody? He should be an unknown shooter, right? Because how I think about it, the real gangsters that really be on shit or that's really chasing shit down or really doing shit in the streets, you don't know them. They is like hidden. They anonymous. So it's like, the ones that be loud about it and showing their face, I just be feeling like it's kind of like cap a little bit. I'm not saying he ain't really on nothing. I ain't saying that. But it's like, why you all on the internet about this shit, though? You know what I'm saying?
Jilla was allegedly the one who got active, street terminology for engaging in violence. When Opps, opposition gang members, needed to be sent a message, Jilla was supposedly the one delivering it. Multiple online sources claimed he was Vonoff's alleged hitman, a term that sounds dramatic but was used repeatedly in discussions about his role. These weren't just baseless internet gossip. The rumors had details, named specific incidents, referenced shootings that lined up with documented violence in the area. Hood bloggers made videos analyzing his movements, tracking when he appeared in certain locations, and connecting those appearances to subsequent violent incidents. Drill news channels dedicated segments to discussing his alleged activities, always careful to use words like allegedly and rumored, but clearly believing there was substance behind the speculation. And then there was the quote that went viral, the moment that seemed to confirm everyone's darkest suspicions. In an Instagram live that got clipped and shared thousands of times, Vonoff1700 was joking around with friends when he said something that sent chills through anyone who heard it. Jilla can run you down even if you're in a car. That's how big and fast he is. On the surface, it could be interpreted as friendly exaggeration, the kind of joke friends make about each other. But the context made it feel like something else entirely. A threat wrapped in humor, a warning disguised as a compliment, a public declaration of what everyone already suspected. The clip went viral not just as a meme, but as evidence, something people pointed to when arguing about Jilla's true role in Toss Gang's operations. The comment became a dark joke in drill music circles, something people referenced when discussing Jilla. But underneath the humor was genuine fear, genuine belief that this was more truth than exaggeration. And that fear, that reputation, that sense that Jilla was capable of extreme violence only grew stronger with time. As the rumors spread, as the stories multiplied, Big Jilla's reputation transcended his actual actions and became something larger, something almost mythical. Parents in the neighborhood reportedly warned their children about him, not just in the general way adults caution kids about gang members, but specifically by name.
Hold on, not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny, but don't you like kind of look like FBG Duck Mama? Just a little bit, bro. Come on, like, let's be honest here. He kind of do look like FBG Duck Mama. If you think about it, if you really look into it.
Someone to avoid at all costs. That's a level of fear that goes beyond typical street reputation. Music fans and social media users started making jokes comparing him to video game characters, calling him real-life Gears of War size, referencing the massive, intimidating soldiers from that video game franchise. The comparisons were meant to be funny, but they also reflected genuine awe at his physical presence. People who saw him in person would report back online, confirming that he was indeed as big and imposing as the story suggested.